I would love to know, where did your journey begin?
Well, how far do you want to go back?
Go way back, go right back.
When I came out of the womb, I just knew fruit was for me, you know. I did a few business jobs, sales and business development and things like that. And that found me in Keeling's Fruit. So I got a job in there, selling their fruit. And when I went in, I didn't really know the first thing. I thought I knew about fruit, vegetables, but just there was so much to learn kind of thing. And over a couple of years I was working there, I grew a real passion for it. And I saw other companies doing something similar to this, and I knew kind of the time was right that I wanted to kind of set up on my own. And I set up doing small fruit and vegetable run to homes around my area, family and friends. Yeah. So traded in the car, got a van, a little bit of money I had in the bank. I went down to the market where I had a great relationship with a lot of people in there from my time working there. And I was able to put a few fruit and veg boxes together for week one. I went out in the van, dropped them all around, and by week two then we had a few more customers, week three a few more. The money we'd earned from that would kind of go back into buying the fruit the following week, and we just built it up steadily.
So you didn't have some massive big loan or anything going into it. You were able to kind of start, relatively speaking, small and just grow.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose I did a small kind of feasibility test on it to see what it would cost me to set up, how much fruit I'd have to sell to kind of break even. A small little plan, put a business plan together, but looking back on it now, I'd probably just laugh at it. And I'm kind of looking back now, I'm glad I didn't take out a big loan, because even if I had got it or someone had invested in me, you're either working for someone else then who's just looking for profits back, or else you would have spent the money in all the wrong areas. Like if I had 50 grand or something at the start of Nudie Foods, it would have been spent on such crap kind of thing that I wouldn't, if I had it now, if somebody gave it to me, you'd know exactly where to put it.
I think that's so underappreciated. So many people, they think the first step in starting a business is to get their big loan. But exactly as you said, if you get a loan or you get too much money too soon, you spend it stupidly. Yeah. And it's only once you've been through a couple of months in business that you realize, okay, wow, I can do things completely differently here, and I can actually do things much, much more efficiently.
Absolutely, yeah. And just being a bit frugal with your money always helps as well.
So I'll be honest, I really wanted to get you in to have a chat with you, because loads of aspiring entrepreneurs, they think of an app, or they think of some fancy website, and they seem to kind of look past a lot of just bricks and mortar functional businesses. And we were in an entrepreneurial competition together, and I remember I had the fancy website that, to be honest, is gone now. Well, I sold it, but if I hadn't, it probably would have been gone. You had this business, and your business has gone from strength to strength to strength to strength. That competition overlooked it. And for me, I just thought that was really, really sad. And I think it's indicative of where kind of a younger generation are as well, is that they disregard actually really strong functional businesses. And I think they actually need to be appreciated all the more.
Yeah, well, don't get me wrong, we did get a lot from that competition, and we got, even for the networking alone, we got to meet, that's where we met each other, and I met other people that I'm still in contact with. But I think you'll find, and when that competition was on, we start changing because we were in early days of the company, we start kind of switching things to what other people were looking for. So all of a sudden I thought the biggest goal was to, hire 100 staff, and I just focused on creating jobs. Whereas realistically, we didn't, creating jobs or doing this, that or the other to make it look like we could win some competition somewhere. So all of a sudden we start bringing the company on a different direction where it wasn't as either profitable or sustainable kind of thing. So once we kind of got fed up with those competitions and everything, and we just went back and seen, look, it's a simple enough business, just do what works, do the simple things, and that's where the true success has come from. But it really is a kind of a bricks and mortar. It's very simple, it's fruit. There was, people were selling fruit 100 years ago, and they'll be selling fruit in 100 years' time.
You have a business that is a traditional business. People have been doing it literally for hundreds of years. But even in getting stuck into it, you learn a lot of lessons along the way. And you've been at this for 3.5 years. And I'd love to know, say, if you were talking to yourself just starting the business, what kind of tips, what kind of hacks would you give that would have sped up your entrepreneurial journey?
I don't know. I think something we did at the start and we weren't afraid to do was to just ask for help. Just more often than not, you're not reinventing the wheel. So if you're trying to do something in your business, whether it be, I don't know, branched into a certain area, source a certain material, you know, anything like that, find out how you take payments easy. Somebody has already done it, and most people, unless you're in like direct competition with them, they're willing to sit down with you and talk through it, because most successful people love talking about their own business. So we were able to just call people up and say, hey, look, this is what we're thinking about doing. Have you any experience in this area? What would you advise us not to do, or what would you advise us to do?
So as you're moving forward over the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, what's the kind of key lesson or the key thing that you're holding true to yourself and saying, right, I've learned this lesson, I'm not going to have to learn it again?
I suppose you always have to make sure that however much you love your business or love what you do, it has to be making money in the background, you know. So you can have the dream of you know, being really passionate about your business, and that is essential as well, but you have to make sure it's making money in the background. So, like, without doubt, the most important thing is to just get your sales in, no matter what you're doing, whether it be retaining your current customers or getting new customers on. Absolutely nothing else works without your sales coming in, you know. And some people can see it as being greedy, or you're always looking for more, or aren't you happy with what you have, but you know, nothing, you can't do anything else good unless you have the revenue coming in on one side. So you have to look at your business as a business first and foremost.